This program is brought to you by the Reeves Law Firm, representing you and your Social Security and disability needs. If you have a problem or questions regarding Social Security and disability, call attorney Anthony Reeves.
Why is it so hard getting disability benefits based on breathing disorders? Let me tell you something. Let me count the ways. Because breathing disorders are hard. I put breathing disorders in the same category that I put like hypertension, diabetes, seizures. There are certain conditions that if you have the right regimen, you should be able to function well in society. Breathing is one of them. So for instance, and that's why I always tell people, think about it like this. What causes you to have a breathing problem? Seriously, what are your causes? Well, I have problems if I'm smoking. Stay away from smoke. I have problems when it's really hot. Don't go outside when it's hot. I have problems when I'm around a lot of dust. Stay away from the dust. The key is, a lot of times where it's hard is that nobody gives a lot of specifics. They focus on the big things. They focus on restrictive airway disease, asthma, bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, COPD as they call it, and they're thinking, I got a lot of breathing problems. But then you have to now, okay, we've identified you've got a breathing problem. Let's go down a couple of things. What do you take? I take an inhaler. Okay. Albuterol. Yep. Nebulizer. Yep. Does it help? Oh, yeah. Okay. Do you smoke? On occasion. Now let's pause for a second. If you know you got breathing problems, why are you smoking? Well, because I'm stressed. I don't want to hear about when I'm stressed, I gotta smoke. You asked the question, why is it so hard to prove that I'm disabled based on my breathing disorder? Well, if you're smoking, that's not helping. And let me tell you something. I can't tell you the number of times people will say, I'm not smoking. And then you go to your doctor, your doctor's sitting here looking at, having you do breathing tests, and they're listening to your lung capacity, and they're like, okay, you're not getting better here. Are you still smoking? And this is where I tell people, you can lie, but your body can't. I don't mean to be rude. You can lie, but your body can't. When you sit up here and you tell your doctor that, doctor tells you to stop eating chocolate and donuts and eating after hours, and you're like, oh, yeah, no, doc, and then you come back and you're 10 pounds heavier, I don't know what happened. Guess what the doctor's going to think? You're still eating, unless you can show them to the contrary. Same thing with smoking. If they're telling you stop smoking because when you stop smoking, your breathing and your lung capacity should improve, then why you keep smoking? Doctor don't want to hear about that old stress thing. You want some stress, he'll give you some Paxil. He'll give you some Zoloft. Knock that right on out. I don't want to take any pills. But you'd rather smoke and make your breathing condition worse. Trust me, Social Security is looking at those things. So then, guess what ends up happening? They ask, when Social Security has you before a judge, they ask the expert, is there any jobs out there that basically the person has only occasional exposure to dust, fumes, irritants, no exposure to intense heat, things of that nature? Guess what they're going to say? Yeah, there's a lot of jobs like that. But what happens is a lot of times people are like, I don't know of a job like that. Doesn't matter. Social Security, their job is not to find you that job. Their job is to determine if those jobs exist in significant numbers. Your job, if your breathing is so limited, you need to make sure that you do everything your doctor tells you. Invariably, at some point, either Social Security or your doctor is going to give you a pulmonary test. Guess what? If your pulmonary function basically is higher than you think, it may feel like you are having a heart attack when you're breathing, but if the breathing results show something totally different, guess what? You're kind of out of gas. So here's what you need to think about. If you're trying to prove you're disabled from a breathing disorder, do everything your doctor tells you to do. Stop smoking if you are smoking. If there are certain things that you know triggers your breathing, like for instance, if you clean up your bathroom and you use a little bleach or a little Pine Sol, a little Clorox, and it gives you a hard time, tell your doctors. If you sweep and a little bit of dust in the kitchen gives you a problem, tell your doctors. If when it's late at night and you're in a cold weather state and you get cold, you have a problem, tell your doctors. And this is the thing that messes people up. A lot of times, all of the symptoms and problems that they're having, they don't tell their doctors. So the doctor doesn't know about all these issues you're having unless they know they can't help you. So take the time. educate your doctors about your condition. And then the more information they're able to ascertain, then they can determine whether or not you need a greater degree of treatment to help get your breathing disorder under control. Trust me, people, breathing disorders are hard to get disability benefits for. So if you think your breathing really disables you, be prepared to do all the things that I mentioned to show that that's the case. The emergency room. For a lot of people who don't have health insurance, going to the emergency room is a normal thing that they do in order to take care of problems that they have relating to their disability. But it's important for you to remember that going to the emergency room is not the same as going to the doctor. I'm not going to talk about the whole political ramifications or the importance of trying to get insurance under the Affordable Health Care Act, but I am going to stress this. For those of you who don't have insurance and who are in geographical areas where access to whether it be the health department or a free health clinic or even a governmental entity that will provide you free or limited health insurance, it's important to remember when you're going to the emergency's sole purpose is just to stabilize your condition. It's not there to provide you treatment. They're not your doctors for treating purposes. They're only there to get you straight until you can get to your treating doctors. Remember, it's important. Emergency room is a good place if you're having problems to take care of your problems that are emergent right there and then. But it's important that you do whatever you can to find yourself a treating doctor in order to help treat your condition so that you can prove that you're disabled. Remember, Social Security disability, the more you know, the more you can help yourself.